Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a new topic, vector addition and subtraction in an analytical way. So we will go through the session and we will learn how we will add and subtract two vector in analytical method. Vector in analytical way, addition and subtraction. So first of all, I will introduce you how you will represent a vector in 1D and 2D. 1D means one dimensional, 2D means two dimensional. So simply a vector can be represented in a single straight line which have some specific magnitude and have some direction. So here the figure represented a vector A which have some length and which is directed from left to right, means it also have some direction. So this is the basic representation of a vector in 1D. Now if I talk about the vector in 2D, then look at the figure which represent a vector A which is lying on the two-dimensional plane. It means it have two components, one is along the x-axis and another is along the y-axis. So the component which is along the x-axis is represented as ax. So if you look out the figure deeply, then you will get one thing, that you will find a triangle, a right angle triangle. As it is a right angle triangle, if we write cos theta, then it will represented by the base by hypotenuse. So basically if we calculate the base length ax, then it will give you ax equal to a into cos theta. Similarly in the y-axis, the component is represented as ay. Now if we put sin theta to this triangle, then we will get sin theta equal to ay by a. Ay is the height which is represented by dotted line and a is the hypotenuse. A means the magnitude of the vector a, and from this you will easily find ay equal to a into sin theta. Now if we add these two components by taking square, then we will get ay square plus ax square equal to a sin theta square plus a cos theta square. Now if we take a square as a common in the right hand side, we will get a square into sin square theta plus cos square theta, and we know sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So we will get simply a square equal to ax square plus a square. Now if we will find a, then it will give you ax square plus ay square square root. Now if we divide these two components, then we will get tan theta equal to ay by ax, and from this we can calculate theta, and it will give you theta equal to tan inverse ay divided by ax, and this theta will give you the direction of the vector. Now similarly if we talk about a vector in 3 dimension, you can say 3D coordinate, then the figure is here. It shows that a vector A which is lying on the 3-dimensional plane with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So it's similar to the 2D, it have 3 components, like x-axis we can say ax component, similarly along y-axis ay component, and along z-axis it is az component. So if we say theta is the angle between the vector and x-axis, and we can write cos theta equal to ax by a. It means ax equal to a into cos theta. Similarly along the y-axis, if theta 1 is the angle between y-axis and the vector a, then we will get cos theta 1 equal to ay by a, and ay equal to how much? A into cos theta 1. And in the z-axis, if the angle between the g axis and vector a is theta 2, then if we calculate cos theta 2, then we will get az by a. Az means what? It is the base and a is the hypotenuse, and from this we will get az equal to a into cos theta 2. Now if we write a basic representation of the vector a in 3-dimensional coordinate, then you can write a equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Here I, j, k, these are the unit vector along x axis, y axis and g axis respectively, and ax, ay, az, these are the some constants along different axes. Now if we talk about the magnitude of the vector a, then we can simply write a equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square and square root. It will give you the magnitude of the vector a. Now we will discuss how we will write mathematically a vector in 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. So basically in 1-dimensional we can represent vector a equal to ax I cap or ay j cap or az k cap. Means if the vector is only along the x axis, we simply write a vector a equal to ax I cap. I cap always indicate the unit vector along x axis. Similarly, if a vector lying vertically, it means in y axis, then we simply write vector a equal to ay j cap. Here j cap represent the unit vector along y axis. Now if we write the magnitude of a vector which lies in 1D, then we simply write ax or ay. Ax and ay, these are simply the numbers, you can say the magnitude, and the direction is along x axis or y axis. Now if we talk about the vector in 2-dimensional, as we discussed that the vector which lies in 2-dimensional plane having two components, one is x component or a horizontal component and another one is the vertical component or y component. So we can write the vector with combining these two components. So simply we can write a equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. Ax I cap means the component along the x axis which is indicated by unit vector I cap, and plus ay j cap means which is along the y axis and it is represented by the j cap. Now if we take the magnitude of that vector, then we can simply write magnitude of vector a equal to ax square plus ay square under root. It will give you the magnitude of a vector in 2-dimensional plane. And theta equal to, we will get by tan inverse ay by ax, which I already told you in the previous slide how we will derive these things. Now in the case of 3-dimensional plane, we can simply as we know in the vector which lies in the 3-dimensional plane, who is having 3 components along x axis, y axis and z axis. So we can combinedly write vector a equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Means I cap is indicated that it is along x axis. Similarly j cap indicate it is along y axis and k cap indicate it is along the z axis. So this is the basic representation of a vector in the 3-dimensional plane. Now if we talk about the magnitude of a vector a, then we will write magnitude of vector a equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square under root. And I already told you I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vector along different axes like x axis, y axis and z axis, and ax, ay, az are the values in x axis, y axis and z axis. So this is what the basic representation of a vector in different plane and their magnitude and their direction along in different dimension. Now we will learn how we will add two vectors if they are in one dimensional, if they are in two dimensional, and if they are in three dimensional one by one. So simply, if a vector lies in one dimensional, we simply write a equal to ax I cap and another vector b equal to bx I cap. Now if we add a plus b, it will give you ax I cap plus bx I cap, and if we take the common I cap, then we will get ax plus bx. Similarly, if a vector which lies in vertical direction, then we can write a vector a equal to ay j cap and vector b equal to bx j cap. And in similar way, if we add a plus b, we will get ay j cap plus by j cap, and if we take the common j cap, we will get ay plus by. Now look at an example. Here suppose vector a equal to 2 I cap and vector b equal to 5 I cap. Now if we add vector a and vector b, it will give you 2 I cap plus 5 I cap equal to 7 I cap. Similarly, if a vector lies in vertically, then we can write vector a equal to suppose 6 j cap and vector b equal to 1 j cap. Now if we add vector a plus vector b, then you will get 6 j cap plus 1 j cap equal to 7 j cap. So this is the addition in one dimensional. In the similar manner, we can also subtract. Now in the two dimensional, we know the basic representation in two dimensional plane is vector a equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap, and vector b equal to, we can write bx I cap plus by j cap. Now if we add vector a and vector b, it will give you ax I cap plus ay j cap plus bx I cap plus by j cap. Now if we take the common I cap and we will place the same term nearly, then we will write ax plus bx into I cap, similarly plus ay plus by into j cap. Now if we take an example to understand it, then suppose a vector a equal to 1 I cap plus 2 j cap, similarly vector b equal to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap. Now we will add vector a and vector b. So we can write a plus b equal to 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 I cap plus 4 j cap. Now if we take the common I cap, then we will get 1 plus 3 into I cap, similarly plus 2 plus 4 j cap, and it will give you 4 I cap plus 6 j cap. So this is what we can add a two vector if they are in two dimensional plane. Similarly, for three dimensional plane, as we already know, a vector a can be represented as ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Similarly, another vector b, which can be represented as bx I cap plus by j cap and bz k cap. Now if we add these two vector, then we can write a plus b equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap plus bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. Now if we take the common I cap, j cap and k cap, then we can write ax plus bx into I cap plus ay plus by into j cap and plus az plus bz into k cap. Now take an example to understand it more clearly. Suppose vector a equal to 1 I cap plus 2 j cap and 3 k cap, and vector b equal to 4 I cap plus 5 j cap plus 6 k cap. Then if we add these two vector, we will add with similar terms. So a plus b equal to 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. Similarly for vector b, 4 I cap plus 5 j cap plus 6 k cap. Now if we take the common I cap, j cap and k cap in different terms, then we will get 1 plus 4 I cap, similarly plus 2 plus 5 j cap, 3 plus 6 k cap. It will give you 5 I cap plus 7 j cap and plus 9 k cap. For subtraction, we can simply change the positive sign with negative sign, and the rest of thing is as it is. So thank you for watching this. and if you like then please share and subscribe.